KZN Future 50, powered by F&B Business and East Coast Radio, is up next. Stay tuned as we spotlight an unstoppable business shaping our future's province.
They say it's just business, but it's so much more for us as Mzansi businesses. It's about showing up every day on every street corner, B&B, barbershop, farm, franchise, and manufacturer. Because giving up is just not an option. It's about the comfort we, as over 1 million unstoppable businesses, feel from having F&B Business behind us. They help us stay unstoppable. Help changes everything. Global Finance 2024 Best SME Bank in South Africa. F&B, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider.
The KZN Future 50 with Pavlo Fatidis. Inspiring KZN's business future.
It's time for KZN Future 50, and for that, of course, we have Pavlo Fatidis from Auric. Good morning, Pavlo.
Good morning, Carmen.
Well, tell us, which business will you be featuring today, and why did you pick them?
Well, I picked them because we are broadcasting peak hour traffic time in the morning, and everyone's in a car, and cars need to be looked after, much like a body. They need to be cared for, they need to be serviced, and from time to time they need parts. So the business we're featuring this morning is MPD Auto Parts. MPD stands for Mandarin Parts Distributors, and they specialize in supplying spare car parts for Chinese and Indian vehicle brands including Tata, Mahindra, GWM, Haval, and many others. And they are so well located in one of the fastest growing areas of the automotive industry. The Chinese and Indian and Japanese car parts, or Japanese cars like the Suzuki models, etc. and so forth, are growing right across the country. More and more people are buying them, more and more people are driving them, and more people are having really good experiences in it.
Well, tell me, what makes them special enough to be on the KZN Future 50?
Well, what makes them always special, and what makes every business special, is the founder of the business, the person who was crazy enough to actually start this business 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. And in this case, it's Henk van der Merwe. And he was telling me his story, Carmen, where in effect, he used to sell, let's call it snacks and edibles and food and beverages up in Gauteng. He worked at the zoo where he used to sell snacks, and he worked in various locations and markets. And obviously he had a bakkie. He had a bakkie that needed to go and collect stock and bring stock to his markets. And of a day, the bakkie broke down, and it was a China bakkie, and a very affordable bakkie. He needed to repair it. He never had the money to repair it based on the cost of the parts. And so he started to look around for alternative part distributors. And that led him to MPD, where today he is now based in Pinetown, Umgeni, and Maritzburg, and he offers his parts. And here's the thing, it's so important when you start a business, much like Henk did, and anyone out there, and all the kids in the cars on their way to school, listen carefully. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, and if you're going to start a business, you must fall in love with a problem that you want to solve, not the product you want to bring into an entrepreneurial business. They both are needed at the same time. If you have a good product, it helps you understand what problem you can solve. That's the first approach. But the better approach is to look around and say, what problem can I solve? And then, what is the right product I need to solve that problem? And that's what's led to Henk's success. He found the problem before he found the product.
So Pavlo, tell me, where will MPD Automotive Parts be in 5 years?
Companies like this, any business that's going to carry stock and use stock, in other words, it's products to solve problems, the first thing you've got to do and get right is make sure you can get the right stock, and that you can get enough of it, and that you're always carrying it. And in this case, MPD has got access to all the right stock. The idea now is, how do you use that to grow your business? Their problem that they solve is getting car parts to repairers and automotive repairers of fleets. So here's an opportunity. If your customer is that person or that organization that fixes cars, their problem is getting the repair job done on time. That means you need access to the right parts at the right time. Their problem is it needs to be done at an affordable level for you and me, their customer. So they need access to the right part at the right price. And the third problem is that it needs to be done properly and reliably, which means you need to get the right part at the right standard and quality. If you can get that done as an automotive repair shop, then you will be able to win your customers and hold your customers. And that's the problem that Henk needs to think through, that MPD has the power and capability of solving. Getting that right will get Henk's business, MPD, to its next level.
What can KZN do to support MPD Automotive Parts?
Well, there is another beautiful brand that has been built in KZN called Car Time. It was founded by Hilton Belitsky, and what they do is they are automotive repair franchises. They're serving consumers like you and me. They're serving businesses. So here's the real opportunity. If Henk and Hilton got together for a lunch and they did a deal where Henk would be the supplier of parts to Hilton's franchisees, it means that his franchisees that repair the cars always have access to parts, they always have them reliably, and they will always have them at a great price. Because when you have multi-branched stores like MPD working with multi-branch locations like Car Time, deals like this can be done. Hilton, if you're out there and you're listening and you're on your way to any one of your Car Time franchisees, you and Henk need to get together, have lunch, have a discussion, and improve the client experience that we can all enjoy by getting the right car parts at the right price, on time, every time. Everybody wins.
Well, sounds like it. Pavlo Fatidis from Oric joining us for KZN Future 50. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to get involved in the KZN Future 50, you go to ecr.co.za. You can find all the information on all of the companies that we feature.